Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Chelsea. Today I'm going to be doing a wash day on my tailbone length 4C hair. I'm just going to quickly show you what products I'm using. First, I'm going to use the Head & Shoulders Classic Clean Anti-Dandruff Shampoo. I'm also going to use the Shea Moisture, Manuka Honey, and Mafra Oil Shampoo. I was thinking of using the CeraVe Anti-Dandruff conditioner, but I ended up using that when I pre-pooed my hair to detangle, so that's already in my hair. I'm trying out the Garnier Fructis Triple Nutrition Shampoo, and that has avocado oil in it and vitamin E, I'm pretty sure. I haven't used that one before, but I really like Garnier Fructis conditioners, so I'm trying to go back to them. So the first thing I'm going to do is get all of my hair completely submerged in the bath. I'm doing this in the bath because of the way that I twisted my hair, but I didn't actually end up taking them all down individually like I initially planned because I got too tired in the end. But basically, what I'm doing is I'm waiting until I hear all the air bubbles come out of my hair so that way I know it's fully wet. My hair doesn't absorb water very quickly at all. For the sake of time, my hair actually started this video quite wet, so that's helpful. And starting with the Head & Shoulders Classic Clean Shampoo, I'm going to start shampooing my hair. I use a lot of shampoo. I know some people don't really like to do that, but for me personally, I think it gets my hair the cleanest to use a decent amount. And my scalp is quite sensitive, so I like to really get it clean. I like to smooth the shampoo through my hair first, and then I like to go in quarter sections or half my head at a time and just massage the shampoo in. But again, I like to go around the partings, around my edges, around my nape first, because I feel like the underside of the hair doesn't get enough shampoo if you don't deliberately put it where you want it to go. Another benefit of doing my hair in the bathtub like this is I have more time with hot water to shampoo my hair the way that I want to, and enough time to actually rinse it without running out of hot water. So what I'm doing is I'm splitting my hair in two, so that half is becoming a quarter. And I'm getting that shampoo all into that quarter section of hair, up at the roots. And then I'm spreading my hands out and I'm massaging the product into my hair. And rather than saying the product, got into the habit of doing that, the shampoo. So when you put your hands into your hair, try to keep moving them in a single direction so that way you're not causing more tangles than is necessary. I pay close attention to the areas in my corners and around my edges, and I spend quite a while shampooing my scalp to make sure I get it properly clean. This part took 15 minutes. You don't necessarily have to do that if you don't want to, but I find that works for me really well. I like to switch the directions that I'm shampooing my scalp with. If you have enough room between your twist and your scalp, what you can do is get your fingers into the roots of those twists. I didn't here, so what I'm doing is I'm making sure to scrub the scalp as well as I can around and into the twist. So making sure to get all of the parts of my scalp and washing behind my ears and my neck and stuff, just because the oils from your hair tend to get in those areas, and I don't know, it just feels better using shampoo to clean those areas out in that way. If my hands look a little bit strange, it's because my fingers are hyperextendable. I'm being very careful to make sure that I'm scrubbing my scalp with the pads of my fingers and not my nails. And before I shampoo, I'm very careful. I make sure to clip any loose cuticles or hangnails and clip my nails down. Because it's winter, it's really easy to get damaged cuticles or dry hands and dry nails that tend to split. So it's really good to clip your nails. I like to put the shampoo down the lengths of my twists. This way we can get any buildup or anything like that out, and then we squeeze the shampoo through the body of the twist. You don't have to be rough or pull your hair here. You're just making sure that shampoo gets deep inside the twist and cleanses everything out. This is the first round of shampooing that I'm doing. I don't always do 2 rounds of shampoo, but I think my hair really needed it this time. So again, I'm just being very thorough, trying to scrub my scalp. I'm just showing you that I'm going to repeat the same process basically all over my head. So usually when I do my shampoo or wash day in the bathtub, it's because I'm anticipating my hair taking hours on wash day. This time it did not, because I didn't do what I intended to do, which was take down each individual twist, pull the conditioner through the strands, and then twist them back up. I didn't really feel like that was necessary, and I wasn't really in the mood to spend a literal 4 hours in the bathtub, so I didn't do that. But it's good to do your hair in the bathtub sometimes. Other times I'll do it in the shower, depending on what my goals are. So when you're shampooing, make sure to get those center parts and those quarter parts, because while you're focusing on the section, you can miss the areas where it's divided. Once again, just putting shampoo throughout the section and giving it a really good squeeze through. Kind of like when you wash silk, one of the things that helps get it really clean is blasting that water through by scrunching it so that you're not damaging the silk. I'm moving on to the back of my head, and then from here I'm probably going to speed it up. Here I'm just squeezing water into my hair to get that shampoo out. And now I'm just submerging my hair into the water, and what I'm going to do is scrub my scalp as if I'm scrubbing the shampoo into my scalp. But this time what I'm doing is, by moving my hands in a similar way, creating pathways for the water to go into my hair to draw the shampoo out so it rinses out cleanly, if that makes sense. For the second wash, I'm using the Shea Moisture Manuka Honey and Moffer Oil shampoo. And I'm going to basically do all of that again. You don't necessarily have to do a second wash, but this time I wanted to. I really like the shampoo since they made it creamier. I feel like it spreads through my hair better. And my hair doesn't feel super dry after using it. It does feel really dry after using the Head & Shoulders shampoo, but that shampoo really works for dandruff and helps my scalp out a lot, so I don't really mind it that much. I would actually recommend just shampooing the lengths of your hair once instead of twice, but I forgot this time and my hair really needed the wash, so. Now my scalp is super clean. You can still see the water droplets sitting on top of it, and it's been quite a while, so it's quite funny how water sort of just stays on top of my hair. Here I'm going to use Garnier Fructis Triple Nutrition Conditioner, and I'm using that to condition my hair. I'm going through the sections and I'm adding as much conditioner as I need, which is probably going to be like 6 pumps or more if I'm being really honest with you, because I need to squeeze it through each section just like I did the shampoo and have all of it fully coated and heavily conditioned. Now I either put my hair up and then put a plastic cap on it, or if we were going to do this, I would take down each individual twist and smooth the conditioner down each one, making sure that it's fully coating each and every strand, and then I would put a plastic cap or a plastic bag on my hair. I'm just demonstrating, showing what that would look like. And ultimately I gave up on this since I have about 40 twists in my hair and I had already spent quite a lot of time on this. With the amount of conditioner that I had just put in my hair, it's probably good enough. This is a really good example of how high shrinkage my hair is. I love that it's really high shrinkage because I think that keeps it protected, but it's getting long enough to the point where in twist it's past bra strap length, or getting to be past bra strap length, depending on the size of the twist, so I have to find another solution to make up for the help my shrinkage used to give me to keep my hair off my clothes. It's just kind of an insane amount of shrinkage that's not even enough anymore. My bangs are approaching waist length, and that's kind of crazy to me. They're not quite there yet, but I really never expected my bangs to be that long. Now I'm just putting my hair into a quick bun so that I can put a shower cap on top. And when I say shower cap, I actually mean a plastic bag for produce from the grocery store. This one had bananas in it, and I just think that's kind of funny. Basically, when I come home from the store, I don't throw them out and I just reuse them. Since it only had fruit in it, and I'm just gonna dispose of them after anyway. So I'm just keeping it tight against my hair to create a warm pocket of air so that I can trap that warm air and deep condition my hair for a while. I let this sit for about an hour. Other times I don't make it that long, but this time was alright. Now I'm just putting on a really large bandana. I'm flipping it upside down after folding it into a triangle, just to protect my nape from the fuzzy hat that I'm going to put on afterwards. This one is one of the older Lush knot wraps, kind that's made out of plastic bottle. And I don't typically like putting this kind directly on my hair because it's kind of higher friction than their cotton ones, but it's great for wash day. I crocheted this fuzzy hat and I'm using it to trap more of that heat in. Optionally, you can put a t-shirt that you use as a hair towel on top to trap even more heat, but honestly at this point it's just overkill, and later on I end up taking off this part. Now I let the deep conditioner sit for an hour. It's time for my favorite part of wash day, realistically. Now finally I get back in the shower to rinse out the conditioner. I wouldn't call it a deep conditioner, but I did use it to deep condition my hair, so I'm just doing the same thing I did to squeeze out the conditioner as I did to squeeze out the shampoo, and just enjoying the last part of my wash day. Now I'm just squeezing out the water from my hair the way I did each time, and then I'm going to wrap it up in a t-shirt and start getting ready for bed. There is one more thing I do before I go to sleep to prevent my scalp from getting really weird, just because I'm sleeping with my hair wet. I'm using the t-shirt to press out the extra water in my hair. I'm not wringing, I'm just gently squeezing the water out of my hair and gently pressing it out of my scalp. This is better because it creates less friction because you're not really rubbing your hair dry. Now I'm just setting up my pillow so that I can sleep without getting it super wet and also without causing too much friction to my hair. I'm putting another t-shirt that I use as a towel over my pillow, just as a hair towel, and 2 cotton scarves. One of them is ripped. I'm going to be repurposing it, but still works for this. Just to make sure that my pillow doesn't get wet. I also have pillow protectors on the pillows that I sleep on, and that helps a lot. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to, please like and subscribe. Bye!